Ky Quan San Mountain is the fourth tallest mountain in Vietnam, standing 3,046 meters above sea level. Its forests are enchanting, filled with hills, bamboo forests, wood forests, and moss-covered crags. This mountain consistently experiences severe weather like fog and high winds. For the nature lover, Ky Quan San Mountain is a dream come true, with a 20-kilometer trail leading you on a journey of exploration. Ky Quan San is the first village to Ky Quan San Mountain. All the villagers are Hmong people who traditionally live in high mountains.
Sue and I are on our way to Ky Quan San village, and we decided to stop in a little Hmong village for the night, where Sue knows a family that is letting us stay there. As to show our gratitude, we're gifting them this chicken.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. How do you know this family?
I know his family from my friend. So,
Oops. It's kind of slippery.
yes.
Sue just told me that this is made out of buffalo skin, and they make it into a rope. It kind of feels really hard, kind of like metal wire. It's just really interesting that that's what they're using for rope. They are hanging it like this to dry the buffalo skin. It's not quite ready yet, and it takes about a month to dry this out before it's ready to use. Now you see the rocks and the wood that is weighing this buffalo skin down. They do that so that they can straighten the rope, so it's easy for it to dry and so it doesn't wound up on itself.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Rồi xe lên á. No, watch your head. Nó chỉ là bú. Nó chỉ là. Yeah, this Mr. Lee, and he the owner house, and she is he the wife. Ủa rồi đi dạy mà. Để có mua khởi cha mấy cái biết luôn đó.
Like other families in the village, Lu's family is an extended one.
How old are they?
They lead a simple and self-sufficient life in this mountainous and remote area. After greeting Lu and his spouse, we went with Pa, a family member, to the forest to collect firewood, an everyday chore for the Hmong people.
The road up to the forest, to where we gathered wood for fire, was very steep. But then when we went up a steep hill, and right around the corner, then it was just all forest, and it was all jungle, and it was trees and the path. It is a pretty difficult road, and I don't think that most people would have to make that trek in their daily lives, generally speaking. But the Hmong people, they do it every day, impressively.
And then you go to.
You did it so much better than I did.
During the winter, a lot of the trees in the forest die due to frost. And so after the winter is over, a lot of the locals will come out into the forest, take up all the dead wood for their firewood. Well, that was a lot of hard work, going through the forest, finding the dry wood, and using the machete to chop it all up. Ah! I got it, it's fine. That could have been bad.
Careful, Lana.
Wait, hold on. My foot is slipping.
Okay. Wait.
Oi.
Are you okay?
Careful.
Yeah. Well, it's the story about how I almost died. I was in the front and I had on my Hmong pack with the firewood. And it was a little bit uneven. I felt that it was a little bit lopsided, a little bit heavier on one side, which I think threw off my balance a little bit. And it was one part of the road that was very narrow and it was particularly muddy. That made me, I literally like slid down the side of a mountain.
On the way home, we helped Pa to chop down a few bamboo plants to make chopsticks and other household items.
So we're using the buffalo skin to tie up this bamboo, and then we're going to drag it back to the house.
The Hmong people are very hardworking people, and that generally speaking, they're carrying around their babies and so much other stuff that they're gathering in the forest and in the fields. And I've even seen really old women that are 80 years old carrying heavy things on their back. It's very, it's just their culture and it's their way of life.
While Sue was outside making chopsticks and spoons from bamboo, I helped the other family members grind dried corn. This vintage millstone is over 80 years old and is used to grind corn and rice. The local women are responsible for this hard task.
I am pulling and pushing to make the stone twist and grind the dried corn. It actually takes a lot of muscle.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to separate the finer pieces from the coarse pieces. And then after that we're going to make a traditional Hmong dish called men men.
I am not doing it right. I just don't do it as well as she does. No! It's going everywhere. I'm giving it back to you. I don't know how she does it so well.
Ky Quan San village is one of two ways that lead to Ky Quan San Mountain. Because of this, several locals have a keen interest in getting into the tourism business, many of who will become porters. For people living in the Ky Quan San mountain range, portering is still a fairly new profession. However, in the rest of Ky province, it is a popular career choice, exploding in popularity between 1988 and 1990 when the first tourists from Europe came to trek Sapa. Because of their skills and hard work, the locals liken the porter to a guiding wolf, who's knowledgeable of all the trails and every corner of the mountain and forests. Porters must have strength and endurance, and speaking foreign languages is necessary to guide visitors from all over the world.
We're heading to the Ky Quan San mountain range, and in my crew I've got Sue, who you've met before. He's a porter. Behind me we have An Sao, who's been a porter for 30 years, and he's also going to be our chef. And to my right we have Pa, who this is her first time being a porter. She wants to learn English, and she wants to experience this trip so that in the future, when there are more people coming here doing the tours to the mountain, she's going to be able to do that and make a good living for herself and her family. Okay. With this time, we actually got these from the forest. So it's the first time that I'm going to eat something that we foraged in the forest while we were walking, instead of just cooking stuff that I brought up.
Got a picture? This is older?
That's old.
Yeah, come here, I can show you. This is a younger one. And then
like a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, I found one.
What? This one we don't eat. So
No, this is different.
different. You see the color. Color is different.
It's dark. This one's darker.
A little bit yellow.
Yeah.
It's a green one.
I've actually, there are parts of the Ky Quan San mountain range where you need a rope to access certain parts of the trail. It makes things a lot easier and a lot safer. I see a lot of rock walls like this with the Hmong people, both down where the rice fields are and then up here high in the mountain. Why do the Hmong people make walls like this out of rock?
Mấy cái này người ta rào, cái này nó không cho ăn cái ngu này, đậu đây này. Người ta đã trồng, người ta ra hết rồi. Bởi vì cái này nó vùng sâu, vùng xa, đấy không có gì rào. Người ta chỉ rào bằng đá.
You can see the corner plant. And you can see the green bee plant over there.
Okay. With the little leaves?
Yeah, a little bit. Because I know it's very cold. Okay, we continue. Okay. Dana, this is the gate. As the local they built here to keep animals.
So up here in the high mountains, the Hmong people raise lots of livestock, including goat, buffalo, cows, and horses.
We go to the forest and we are eat. Sometimes we eat a fish, and sometimes we are eat mushroom, and sometimes we are eat in a mouse or sand squirrel. Yeah, we can go hunting.
What do you catch the fish with?
Sometimes we are use a net.
Net?
Yeah.
Eating in nature, for some reason it's very good. I'm not sure if it's because I'm very tired and hungry, but this simple meal of grilled fish and rice with salt is perfect for me right now.
Dana?
Yeah.
Oh, you see the rhododendron flower over there?
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah. Here have so many rhododendron grow up here, but
Grow up on this mountain range?
yeah, but this is the smaller size, and sometimes I see the bigger flower, the different size,
How big does the flower get?
the bigger like this.
Wow. So it blooms this month, in March?
In the March and in the April too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's go see if we can find more of those.
Yeah, we can find more the rhododendron around here, different color.
Okay, let's go.
After more than 13 kilometers hiking from Ky Quan San village, we stopped at the 2,100-meter milestone, a popular resting area for porters and tourists.
Paul got recruited late to be portering with us. She showed a desire to go to learn English and to improve her life. I thought it was really special. In her case, really special. She has 2 young kids. She's married. She's got a level 3 education. She could speak a little bit of Vietnamese, but she wants to better herself. And I see in her, she's a very strong woman. And she's a lot like Sue in that she really, really wants to learn and expand and better herself.
Your
Name.
name?
Name.
Bang or pa, maybe P. Con nó lên đây, con nó lên đây hả?
Mái.
Anh mày. Có hú ấy rồi. Chị cho nó. Okay, Dana. So we need for the. Okay.
Okay.
Are you okay? Yeah. Okay. Put your back here. So
We continued climbing up to Mui Peak, where we will get the chance to rise with the morning sun in a sea of clouds. We decided to set up camp here and began cooking dinner on Mui Peak. The porters and I enjoy being in natural spaces like this, losing ourselves in the beauty and tranquility of our surroundings.
Chị làm cái gì cái này?
Cunya.
Gunya.
Cunya.
Gunya.
No.
But what is it? What am I?
The burn.
It's burns.
Yeah.
It's burning.
I actually really liked Unsao. He didn't say a lot. He was a very quiet guy. Sometimes he'd crack a joke and he could be really funny. I think he's just a shy guy, but he knows so much. He knows so much about the mountain. He knows so much about cooking, and he knows so much about living outside. Sleeping in a tent high up in a peak is definitely something that I love to do just because there's nobody there, and I like going places where there's very few people and there's a lot of nature, and I feel like I'm a little bit selfish. I get to have all of this nature and not really share it with anybody.
When climbing up the untouched mountain, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to meditate and practice yoga with the fresh mountain air. Having practiced for many years, I relished the chance to breathe, to be fully mindful, and to connect with the wondrous nature that surrounded me.
The route up Ky Quan San Peak is very steep. There's a lot of high steps, and there's a lot of times where you want to take a break just because your legs are so tired that they don't want to go up anymore. But on top of that, if it's rainy, then it's muddy, and that makes it for slippery conditions, which slows down your process even more. But with this kind of environment, it's really hard to tell the weather, so you should always come prepared.
We're in the Ky Quan San mountain range, and we're passing through a goat farm in the middle of nowhere, it seems. And on the road you can see a lot of these little pellets. They're everywhere. Actually over here there's even more. And those are how they feed the goats here at the goat farm. No.
You had a grab.
The goats really like the salt, interestingly enough, because it helps their blood clot in
cold weather like this, it's difficult for the blood to clot, so salt helps with that.
Oh,
This is Salt Rock, and it's pretty steep. So, especially in these wet conditions, it's really dangerous. So we had to use the rope to get up, and I'm tired. When the road is difficult like that, and it's very steep, very slippery, it happens to be raining today.
But it is quite a feat to go up the mountain and get up to the peak. It was pretty exciting, and just was very, very elated to get up there.